Good morning. Welcome to North Dakota Today. I'm Kristi Larson here with Chris Berg on a motivational Monday. We're motivating everyone to don't worry, be happy. If you see me winking at you today, I've developed an eye twitch apparently in the last week, and it was really bad. This morning, all of a sudden it was like when I was trying to do my makeup. What is happening? I'm falling apart.
Do you have a motivational quote for us too today?
You know what? It's funny. Miss Simplicity, Melissa, she'll be on our show later today. She sent me a motivational quote.
Oh, she did?
Not appropriate for sharing on air, but I'll share it with you a little bit later. It was a get to it attitude. So getting to it, we're going to tell you what's coming up in today's show first before we jump into things. So first, we're going to be talking about a run that is helping those with disabilities in our community. And Designing Women 2 is coming back on to show us some great decor for your home.
Also, we're going to talk about how to stay organized with Miss Simplicity. But first, we're going to talk about how we can continue to bronze our beautiful bodies this week.
Bronze or burn? Mine was burned this weekend. That was the...
Oh, it's amazing that I'm not like just permanently
That's why I'm wearing sleeves
like
today, Lisa Green.
What? You got sunburned?
Yeah, Kristi was just showing me some of her burns. I feel so bad for you, Kristi.
Did you put any sunscreen on or no?
Yes, I put sunscreen on. My mother taught me well. It's just a matter of I didn't put enough on frequently enough. I'm kind of the walking poster for all of those people we have come on who talk about don't get your sunburn because then your cancer risk goes up.
What number did you put on?
I put on the 30. I'm gonna up it. I'm doing 50 next time, Lisa Green. I'm doing the 50.
Yeah.
We got some Neutrogena 55 at Costco. And I mean, I baked all weekend and nothing. So
I think though we're going to be in for a little bit of a different weather story for this week.
What?
Well, today is going to be great, but tomorrow not so much. So yeah, we've got a lot to talk about here. So let's focus on today. First of all, it's beautiful. We've got some blue skies, sunshine, dry weather, temperatures in the 70s and 80s. It's going to be a really great day to just kick off the week. We're easing into it with the wind out of the northeast in the teens, and that will be about as strong as it gets. And that northeast wind actually helping to keep some of those showers to our south and west at bay. Looking at our temperatures right now, we're in the 60s to around 70. In Grand Forks, we're at 70 degrees. Wapaton, Fergus Falls, Gwinner, all at 70 right now. And our visibility looks great after what was a foggy morning in parts of central Minnesota. So here's a look at the current radar and also at our satellite as well. And you could see that there are places in the tri-state area with storms down in the southern part of Minnesota, eastern South Dakota, out west as well. There's some rain by Bismarck. And those clouds and raindrops are trying to work their way into the valley, especially up in the Devil's Lake area. So you're kind of dealing with a little more cloud cover there. And maybe even a sprinkle or two, but that northeast wind introducing some dry air, and hopefully that will keep any more rain showers from moving into the valley today. So here's a look at the afternoon planner. We're going to experience some 70s up north and some 80s in the south. A high of 80 degrees in Fargo, and a nice night tonight. It should be nice and dry. So that's as much as I'll say for today. We want to get ahead to tomorrow because it's going to be an active one. So we're going to see some severe weather coming up tomorrow, and we may see a couple of rounds of it. First, starting tomorrow morning, some rain and some thunderstorms rolling in, and this may be one of those complexes that ends up bringing those fast-moving storms through, causing some wind damage, something to be concerned about in the morning hours, and can't rule out some hail as well. And that will move through pretty quickly. You can see it around 10 a.m., still impacting Fergus Falls at that point. And so that's more a southern half of the valley threat than north to start off the day. So you might end up with a nice quiet morning up along the Canadian border. By noon, this starts to move on. It's still hitting places like Wadena, but it's still starting to move on. But by 4 o'clock, that's when we start getting the heating of the day. And if we can get enough sunshine and enough heating going on, we may end up with some strong to severe storms again in the late afternoon and evening hours tomorrow night. So watch as we move through the evening how these storms just explode. And looking at 8 o'clock, we've got numerous thunderstorms out there and the potential for some of them to be severe. And this continues into the late night hours as well and into early Wednesday morning. So severe weather potentially for us again tomorrow morning, but then again into the afternoon and evening hours. The orange area is an increased risk for severe weather, especially in the southern half of the valley. We could see all types of severe once again. We're looking at damaging wind gusts, large hail tomorrow, and even the threat for a tornado or two once again tomorrow evening. So we are just really in this active pattern. It's It's brought us some really incredible pictures, though. Check out this, the sunrise rainbow in the Findlay area. Thank you, Christine, for sharing that with us. Beautiful colors, and hopefully we'll get some quieter weather coming up. But today is beautiful. Tomorrow, not so much. A lot of us will get rain. That's the silver lining, but we do not want that severe weather to come along with it. Definitely want to be weather aware tomorrow. And then isolated chances for some storms Wednesday and into Thursday, and temperatures upper 70s to low 80s. So a busy week for us in the weather department again this week. Today is kind of our relaxed day as we gear up for those storms coming up for tomorrow.
So today's the good day, too, to download the Valley News Live weather app, because that came in handy last weekend, you know, this past weekend, when you wanted to see where things were tracking, where it was going.
And you could be ahead of the storms, you know what's happening, what's coming your way. And we also do live streaming too, if you on our app, if you have to be away from your television. So definitely want to make sure you're prepared as these storms start to develop tomorrow. It's going to be an active day.
Yeah.
You may want to take a nap today, Lisa.
Yes, I think
you could be in
she's
here
gonna have a
early.
busy next few days.
I'm already
you
planning.
You don't get the twitch, the eye
Yeah,
twitch from
no,
me.
I do not want the twitch. So I'm going to try to get to bed early tonight and be ready to go tomorrow.
By the way, kudos to our storm team over the weekend. They did a great job.
They did,
keeping people safe, and because it was scary in some areas.
Right, you know, and it looks like tomorrow again, it's going to, be a little bit or a lot dicey in some spots with that severe weather threat, especially in the evening and afternoon. Tomorrow morning's round will still be potentially severe, but it's that second round that looks to be the more potent one.
Okay, now the fun stuff. You said you were going to Wonder Woman over the weekend. Did you go?
Yes, I did.
How was
on
it?
Saturday night. It was really good.
Aw.
You know, it was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. And if you like, superhero movies, it was right up there with the other ones. So
Did you see it in the 3D with the glasses?
No, I don't like 3D.
Really?
Really?
It's weird to me. I don't know. No.
Because it's too scary.
That's it.
It's too real, too real.
Yeah.
I can't handle it.
So was the storyline kind of what you expected, or?
There was one thing that surprised me, and I don't want to say because it's kind of a spoiler. So, there was a lot of backstory to that. The whole Wonder Woman story. In the beginning.
Was she
of the
married to
movie,
Superman? Is that the part you don't want to say?
Oh, I don't know.
No. I was going to say, I don't think Superman, he was with Lois Lane.
Oh, that's right. But I thought maybe
with
when he was
Wonder Woman.
Superman.
They're
I
babies.
don't
Maybe
know.
Lois Lane is Wonder Woman. Maybe that's the spoiler
Could
alert
be.
that she doesn't want to
Could
tell
be.
us.
I guess you'll have to see the movie to find
Pulls
out.
the black wig off, and she's a redhead.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you, Lisa Green.
You bet.
Tell me about your weekend. You
Oh my
avoided
gosh.
the storms.
We avoided the storms.
You bronzed.
Saturday, our house was like, what would be a good example? I don't know if have you been to Vegas before? Have you been
Yes. When I was little, though.
to? Oh, it's like, have you ever been to like a great kind of like clubbish pool where it's got great tunes and great places to lay out, and like that was our house
you
Saturday.
have a pool at your house?
No, without minus the pool. I was gonna say, but the back
I
porch
almost
we
looked
had like
up his address through our employee records and invited myself over.
we had that like great tunes going. Isabel and I were playing like badminton and football, and Najee came out, and like we were just getting. I mean, it was just one of those great weekends where you just wanted to hang out, chill out, and have some summer shandy.
Yes.
Then on Sunday, Isabella wrapped up her vacation Bible school, it's called. So this is her friend, her and Audrey, after they had a chance to sing. So they were super stoked about that yesterday. And then this is Isabella. You can kind of see her, hopefully, in this next picture here, up in the audience, getting down, singing her songs. So it was just a great weekend. I mean, I don't know about you, but coming in today, it was like, oof.
You were like, I just want summer to keep going.
Yeah. I was like, Isabella, you want to trade? I'll be on holiday and you can do the work thing.
We've tested her out now.
we
She
need
did do
to
a really good job filling
have
in.
her sub, because it was just one of those weekends where you just wanted it to keep going.
Yeah.
'Cause it was so nice
I
out.
definitely agree. We had some friends visit us from out of town. So Friday night, one of them was from California, and he actually did take the trip out to our wedding.
Oh, nice.
But we didn't get a lot of time to just sit and talk with him because you're so busy greeting everyone. So he was out for someone else's wedding. And so we went out with him on Friday night, and it was just nice to sit. We sat at Junkyard, and as the storm rolled in, too, they had to close the garage doors and just kind of hung out there. And then Saturday, I went to the lake with some friends. got a little bit red.
I was going to ask, so were you on the lake the whole day? Is that how you got red?
Yes,
or,
yeah.
oh.
So we had went to Dent, Minnesota, and went out to, I believe it was West McDonald Lake, and they had, it was really cool. They had one of those floating mats that you could like stand and run on. Although if you fall down a lot, which you do fall down a lot because it was super wavy because it was kind of still a little bit windy from all the storms. I got a whole bunch of like floor burn on my knees from falling on the mat. But then we each had brought in these like different blow up ones. So Renee had a donut and I had a swan, and I think Nicole also had a donut. It was really fun. We went out on the pontoon, and then pretty soon I felt like I just needed to be wrapped up in this like umbrella of shade because I knew I'd hit a bad point in the day. So I was like, I can only be in the shade. I'm not going out in the sun. But we stopped at Zorba's, and then Sunday, just kind of hung out. We went out to brunch with our friends who were in town, and then we went home and watched movies. Beauty and the Beast. I didn't do my Finding Nemo.
Did you watch the new Beauty and the Beast?
I just watched the new one on like Thursday, I think it was, Wednesday or Thursday. And so then I watched the cartoon one yesterday to refresh my mind. And they were very similar, but I could tell that I was like, I liked the changes that they did to make the movie new.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new one yet. I thought it was on this weekend because Isabella just saw it, and I was like all fired up, and I was like, Isabella, come down, and then it was just the cartoon when she's like, Daddy, this isn't the right one. But
it's still a good one.
Yeah.
But I loved the new one. You come over to my house and watch it.
All right,
It's on our friend's Plex machine.
Oh, that's right.
So
You
we
have
it
some
on.
cool, I don't even know what that is. What is a Plex
I have no
machine?
idea what it is. I don't know what it is. Honestly, don't. It's on our Blu-ray. Jaren's friend set it up for us, so we just log on, and I'm pretty sure we're doing it through his account. And then he uploads movies and shows onto that. And so he has this whole list of movies, like anything from an Armageddon pops in my head because it starts with A, and it's one of the ones that I love that's on the list. And then it goes all the way down to like Zoolander 2 is on it.
Why is someone from the 202 area code calling you? Might be the FBI.
202. You're in trouble, Kristi.
Your copyright, yeah.
Honestly, I have no idea how it works. So if they do want to question me about it, go for it. Because I just know which button to press and then look through the movies.
Oh, all right, popcorn. I don't even know if we have this in here, but we got to give a shout out to Matt Cullen.
Oh,
I don't know if you saw last night, but the Penguins ended up beating the Nashville Predators in Nashville.
Cup.
But here's the thing for Mr. Cullen. Moorhead native. I think this is his third Stanley Cup, but his second in a row. So now he's got 3 Stanley Cups. And if you remember last summer, he actually brought the cup back home. Remember when his kids, I think they were eating cereal out of the cup?
And so we're all hoping that he brings it back here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's going to be great.
Don't they have I'm sorry, folks, I'm not a big hockey Penguins person, but don't they also have a UND grad on their team?
Yes, that's
on
right.
The Penguins, who also,
well
and
played,
I don't know
Larson.
his name, I'm sorry.
I don't remember either. I retweeted it from the NHL last night. But anyways,
we're
kudos to
retweeters,
those guys. I decided, I was like, oh, that looks cool, retweet.
But a lot of people were rooting for Matt Cullen because they say this might be his last year, so.
Oh, and I mean,
hopefully.
If you're him, don't you want to go out on top, right?
Oh, I would. I would. But I think one of the things he had said was, I've been playing hockey since I was 2. This is all I know how to do. So.
And he's still crushing it, so good for him.
We do have to just let people know one of our favorites and regulars here on North Dakota Today needs our help and your help, hopefully, too. So last week, Heather Buer, she is with Valley Christian Counseling. She comes on, gives us really great advice about relationships or kids. Her husband fell from a roof and fractured both his legs and ankles. He has had 1 surgery so far, but will have more to come, and he'll be out of work for at least 12 weeks, if not longer. He's been in the hospital. He might have to go to a nursing home before he can transition home. So the family does have a GoFundMe page. If you want to go search for it. Right now, they're hopefully, a friend who set it up for them said, hopefully maybe $15,000 can help them over these next few months of him not working. So if you do have a spare $5, $20, $100, please go online and donate to their family because she's so wonderful. I told her, I said, if you need a babysitter, I am there for you. If you need someone to bring you food, and she had emailed us and said, we've just been overwhelmed with everyone who's been helping out in any way that they can. So
I just feel so bad for them. So pray for their family for a speedy recovery, and he gets back to his normal health. All right, stay with us when we come back. Much more coming up here on North Dakota Today.